Hi, this is Joe and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where our next mission is to fly to Eve. And I hope that the next mission after that won't be to land on Eve, but we have things in mind to do there, because I wanna fly to Eve, I wanna orbit Eve in low and high orbit. I wanna... we don't need that anymore. I just remembered we're done with science, so we don't need the high orbit, low orbit stuff anymore. So we just need to go there. But then I want to land on. Then I want to land on. Then I want to land on Gilly, refuel my ship there, and then return. So what will be returning to Kerbal will be just this. Oh, wrong parachute, the big one. And what do we need? Let's put in more parachutes to be safe. Yeah, this should be alright. This should be able to land back on Kerbal's surface directly from a hot entry coming from Eve orbit. So that's quite alright. So this must be decoupled. TD24 please. Thank you. And now, what do we want to use? So, fuel tanks. We actually bought all the fuel tanks, like these adapters are great. Mark 3 to 2.5 adapter, yeah. What does it have? Oxidizer and liquid fuel. Why? I want that as a... We have it also slanted, and it also has liquid fuel and oxidizer. I want the version that doesn't have oxidizer, because I want to do it with the atomic engines. It was like, this was the thing that I wanted, but this obviously doesn't fit. So, okay, so we're putting the adapter here without oxidizer. And then I think this one is too big. Let's just see if I mount an engine plate below here. They are under coupling. TD. Ooh, there are no engine plates for the plane. It's just that I wanted to use these tanks, the liquid fuel tanks, so the problem is with the other tanks, like the normal tanks, these ones, they have like place for oxidizer and liquid fuel, and like half of this place is just wasted because I don't need oxidizer. That's why I wanted to take them, but okay, you're screwing me over, no problem. Cluster adapter tank. How much? 4,500. Yeah, can I have that with an adapter? I mean, I like the cluster adapter. What other engines do we have? I mean, we have stuff like the Mammoth engine, which is really great. Has way too much thrust. Way more than we need. So this would be perfect as base. We want to use an adapter before that in fuel tanks from 2.5 to the biggest Kerbodyne. This would be this adapter, and then we would need to use the other adapter if we can find it. No, definitely not. Must be Kerbodyne, this one. So this is already way too big. But okay, this one, attach nodes can be 4, 3, 2 or 6. Let's do 4 and put the nerve engines here, 4 of them. So this has only 700 delta V. Okay. I just think that these ones are really good. No need for the oxidizer though. This has 1300 delta V. Okay, not worth it. We have to do it differently. We'll use normal Rockomax. Normal Rockomax fuel tanks, like the 32 variant, not the big one. Must be down here somewhere. 32 variant. Then an engine plate. Then we can use an adapter. This one. That's the 3.75 now, so we can use the 3.75 engine plate. And we want to tell it to have more than a single node, double, triple, 4+1, quad, 6 times 1, 8 times 1. Let's use 4+1. Okay, so this has... Obviously, we should look at vacuum. Ah, that's what I did wrong there. Okay. So this has 2300 delta V. Will this be enough? Let's look at the delta V map. We already saw that we need 2700 to get there, so it won't be enough. But let's... but that's into a low orbit of Eve. We don't need a low orbit of Eve. We just need any orbit of Eve. Then we'll go to Gilly, refuel up and fly back again. So we need 950. That's to leave Kerbal. Then 520 to Eve. That's 1470. 80 into orbit. I'm already losing my numbers here. 520, 1470, 1550 to go into Eve orbit. 1610 to go over to Gilly. And then another 440 to land. So around 2000, and we'll obviously need the same bag, so this would just be enough, which is not good enough for us. We didn't get rid of the oxidizer. This is 3580 with a thrust weight ratio of 0.8 in Kerbal orbit, and on Gilly. Where's Gilly? Eve is here, but Gilly isn't here in the list. Eve. Gilly, my friend. Gilly. Yeah, I know that I can't start with nuclear engines from Eve. So this is where the original game leaves us, and we have to use the Kerbal Space Engineer. So the body, my friend, is Gilly. This has a thrust weight ratio of 160. So 4 times 1 is overdone. We'll use 3 attach nodes. That has still a good thrust weight ratio there, and this is not Eve. Let's put it to Kerbal. This has a thrust weight ratio of 0.57 to Kerbal. That's enough. Okay, that's 4400 delta V. Both of them say to us. Okay, so we can get rid of that because I don't think we need it anymore. This I want to change around in a way where it's better suited to what I consider to be the normal angle and stuff. Yeah, okay. So, obviously we want to take stuff with us. So we can take experiments, but we want to take more stuff with us because we wanted to do our other thing. Where would it be? Utility. the Convertotron. This is what we need to do. Enable, disable staging, yeah. Okay. So this is the Convertotron. It can produce what it wants. So liquid fuel and oxidizer in the optimal ratio. It can do monoprop, it can do liquid fuel alone, or it can do oxidizer alone. We want it to produce liquid fuel alone, which it will do, no problem. These Convertotrons and the drillers are made faster by having engineers with you. So that's also a good thing. Also, things came with this 16 crew per capacity crew module, which would be ridiculous. But okay, so this is the Convertotron we want to bring there. We still are way too much that way, so we're doing this different. Want to relook at the numbers. If I use a 25 engine plate, set it to triple, put these there, turn it around and disable the staging. Then we have 2400 delta V, which would not be enough, so let's make it quad. So they're a bit bugging into each other, but this is not actually bad. This works, so yeah. I want to have a bigger base. I want to have a bigger base here. So we're not taking this, we're taking instead an adapter. An adapter here, and then the small one of the S3, which is this one. We'll use orange. And we'll devoid them of oxidizer. Because I want to have a bigger base, otherwise I'll tumble around. Okay, this one can't be colored. The command pod can't be colored? That's ridiculous. Of all the things to not enable to color, the command pod is not be... Whatever. I want quadruple and I want the nerf. And I want to disable the staging. So this is 3500 delta V, which is enough to let us return. So now let's look into landing. The big landing struts. Yeah. Okay, they're not working, so we have to work with structures. So we want to have... We did get the XL girder. Want to look at how big it is. This is too much. So we want to use these in a 4-fold variant. Let's use the proper way of placing radial attachment points, followed by, that's not the one, by modular girder adapters, followed by girders. Yeah, this would work. So can we plop them at this in like this fashion? Yeah, this is always working great. I hate this. Okay, we need to move these. What? What the fuck? Where's your attachment? What? What the fuck is wrong with this? Okay, we can't use these. Get rid of all of these. Why do I need to double click now to get rid of them? It's weird. So these are the biggest landing struts we have. They won't be enough. We need to place them lower. We can't place them at the side of the engine. It doesn't have an attachment point here. I mean, I can click it here, but it won't hold. So this is our frame of reference. These ones will need to be, the spring damper have to be turned off completely for Gilly. And we're still way too high. And we also want to drill, so we need to build ourselves a little outward thing. So I have no choice but to use them that I just did delete. These, followed by, no, that's the small one. I mean, these are very far out. I don't think that we'll find a fairing to hide those. So we'll actually do this. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do another one of these down here. Why is it now turned? Can anybody explain me why this fuck this is turned? This. Okay. So now we can take these and plonk them on here. This. This is not down enough, so we'll take these and put them a bit lower down because this wouldn't be a problem. So this works. The spring dampers will be turned, no, not to override. And we'll reduce them to the minimum. Yeah, okay. Deploy shielded. No idea what that is supposed to mean. Outstrut locked to heaviest part automatically. Interesting. All these need to be strutted. I'll strut all of them to the root part. No, at this point, the heaviest part will change, so we'll actually have to do that. Yeah, we're now in the long variant of this, but we want the long variant of the orange one. And I'll put a decoupler down there just to see how far this is away. That's the wrong decoupler, my friend. We need the 3.75 decoupler. And then we can say to the engine plate that it's supposed to be not bow tail, medium long. Yeah, that's okay. That's a good frame of reference. I lose my frame of reference there. Okay, so what we also want is drills. They must be under utility. They have the Drill-O-Matic Junior and the Drill-O-Matic. Resources from the crests of planets and asteroids. So no problem. Uses electric charge to output ore. Okay. Who are you big? Okay. So the Drill-O-Matic Juniors that I place here. Deploy drill. Okay. They won't reach the surface. So we'll need to use the big ones. How heavy are you? 1.25 tons per. Great. So I'll actually just want to use one Also want to turn that around. Yeah, thank you for the last second correction there. Okay. So if you get deployed, that's down enough. Okay. Also wanna move this just a little bit up. And that's stupid. I wanna move these. Just a little bit up without moving them inwards. And then we can go back to placing deploy drill. Now it's not as close to the thing as before. Okay. Do you need cooling 100 kilowatt. You need cooling of, you're in the way. You need cooling of 200 kilowatts. So we need 300 kilowatts. 300 kilowatts of cooling, which is under thermal. There are small, medium and large thermal control systems and small, medium and large radiator panels. So radiator panels are just added to the side here, and then you can have like different variants that you can't see even. And the thermal control systems look like this and can be extended to give away heat. So the medium one, the medium thermal control system has a cooling power of 250 and we need 300, which is great. So let's try. Why can't it be attached to that one? Okay. Did anybody say something about this fucking thing being broken? Why didn't anybody tell me that the thing is broken before I placed it in my rocket? So this might work. We'll definitely have to move it. Like a bit up, a bit out, and we have to rotate it like a bit along this edge. Thank you. And I am an idiot because I did only place one and we want two, and of course it's fucking broken again. How can you give this to your players? This is so broken. Okay, so this is how we'll place them, and if they're extended they look like this. So that's the radiators. We'll also have solar panels, the big ones. They be added like this. Oh, they work fine, almost. Only need to rotate them slightly inwards. And extend them. Yeah. So this now has a nice symmetry. That's why I chose that size of radiator also. So that's how we'll get rid of heat. That's how we'll get energy. So retract the solar panels, retract the radiators. What else do we need? We need energy. And for that I want to put in 2 of these, and I also wanna yeah, I think that's all we need. So this has now 3000 delta V left, which is close. Which is very close. That's a close call. I want also SAS. Don't worry, the center of mass is down here. Definitely down here. Oh, we need ore holding tanks. Is it under utility or cargo? No. Payload. That's stuff like a service module. Can you place... That's my other question. Can you... Don't show the shroud. Can you place the convertotron inside? No, you can't. Okay, so a service module is not the right thing to use here. Then we have like cargo ramps and cargo bays. Or stuff that we don't need, and we don't have a service module for the bigger size. Okay. I wanted ore canisters. Those are rotors and stuff for helicopters. And yeah, I know that I could use these hinges and these hydraulic cylinders for what I did here. But then I have to learn on how to program them, and I'm not in the mood for that now. Maybe for the next mission. So the tanks must be under fuel tanks, which is ridiculous. Yeah, we have a small holding tank here and a radial holding tank. This is the small holding tank. That's 1.25, as you can see here. Then we have radial holding tanks. They are a bit bigger than the mystery goo. They can fit... How much can you fit, radial holding tanks? 75, which converts into 75 converts into 150 liquid fuel, and we need to produce 3000. So that's a bit small of a tank. Let's see the other large holding tank. The large holding tank. I'm sorry, not the other large holding tank. The large holding tank must be here. Yeah, that's 2.5 meters, no problem. So, this is empty, I hope. Yeah. Okay. How much does the drill produce? Resource harvester, planetary use, 150% base efficiency, puts out 1.5 ore per second. We need 3000. That's 2000 seconds, which is a lot. Which is a lot. Let's say it's 2000 seconds, so divided by 60. 1800 seconds would be 30 minutes. Yeah, so let's say 35 minutes till we produced enough. No, the half of that. 18 minutes till we produced enough ore to be transformed into fuel. Also, the converter drone converts 0.5 ore per second, so you're putting out 3 times what the other one can use. So everything's alright. 1 ore is enough. 1 ore drill is enough. 2870 only is for that what's in here, but I can start with a full holding tank and still convert more of it. So that's the thing. So, but this says to me now that we wanna start retracted, my friend. That says to me that we wanna start with data V left, so that I can do my my ejection burn. By the way, this is the Ever. The one mission that brings us to Eve is flying the Ever. Yeah, let's call it the Ever. The Ever MK1. He will only ever be MK1. I'm not funny, I know. Okay, so landing on Gilly EVA will be no problem. We can land on the ground and plant a flag and fly up again, and we just need to hope that we don't get propelled into orbit if we fly up to get with our EVA propellant. Okay, so we need from science. We need one thing to scan ore on a surface, which would be the narrowband scanner. Okay, that's small. It would be either the narrowband scanner or the surface scanning module or the survey scanner. So what is the difference between these three? I'm learning with you here. It scans for all resources and gives a science bonus for discovering stuff. But it says all resources. I don't trust that. Because we want ore specifically. So this can scan for ore from a maximum altitude of 1000 meters. So we can use that on the surface. Which we won't use. So this one. Scans are enhanced by landed on ground. Before it has a minimum, it has a FOV of 5, and when it's landed it has an FOV of 90. It can scan the surface for ore from a maximum altitude of 500,000. Okay, so it's this scanner that we want. It has two variants. Go away. So we want to have a single one. We'll attach it to the side that doesn't have the drill to offset the weight a bit, and it also has a compact variant where there's the attachment point vanishes. Yeah, this looks way cleaner. The problem is, are you blocked by this? And I'm not sure, so I'm placing you here where there's nothing in the way. Okay, so this is the thing that will land there. I'll not pack in any extra science experiments because we're done with the science forever. I might want to put in a fluid spectrovariometer if we aerobrake on Eve, but I don't think we do that because that's the most stupid thing I could do now. So what we want first here is, are we low enough? Yeah, we are below those. So we can put in our fairing here, which is the 3.75 fairing. That's the one that's... Look at that! That's way more than enough. I thought this would be a problem with this fairing, but no. Can actually close it here if we want to. So this is actually looking pretty well for fairing. Yeah, for what I have in store down here. Okay, we want an extra antenna. That is big enough for the data, yeah. And we want only one of them, and we'll place it here. And it would start extended because it doesn't matter. Then we want action groups. We want you gigantosolar arrays and you thermal control systems in custom action group 1. And that's it. No, action groups. The Drillomanic mining excavator will be toggled Start surface harvester, toggle surface harvester. I'm not sure on how it works. So I'll make one action group with this. One action group with this. And we'll make one action group with the Convertotron. Start SISRU. Toggle converter. Why converter? Toggle the converter for LF plus aux, for monoprop, for liquid fuel, or for oxygen. So it's toggle this to do liquid fuel only. Okay, good. Everything's set up. This should work. I've never done mining. Just saying it. Just saying it. Okay. So, upper stage. Upper stage gets one of the same tanks. An orange. Yeah, the fairing has to be orange too, of course. Then we'll get the adapter to the bigger size in orange. And this is where our upper stage engine will be. What engine do we have for that size? Mammoth. Mammoth is smaller. Do we even have an engine for that size? Wolfhound. No. What is the Wolfhound? Oh, 380 vacuum thing. Okay. This would be the right one for this, so we'll take another fuel tank adapter, but the other direction. Orange and 2.5 orange shroud, 1.8 orange shroud, classic orange orange gray shroud, 2.5 compact. Interesting, it comes in different sized variants. That's the first one of those, okay. Does this one also come? No. So this has a delta V of 1500 with a thrust weight ratio of non-existent. Okay, this is for most of the burn towards we're not doing it like this. We're doing it like this. Ah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Is it for vacuum? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Need a coupler. 2.5 decoupler, which will be in the same stage, and then we'll build the bigger rocket. For that we'll put the adapter back on. So this is our transfer stage. This is where we'll do part of our transfer with and the rest of the orbit. And below this is where I want to do most of what is building the orbit. Big tank. And that's where the Mammoth engine comes in. Mammoth. So, show me. Thrust weight ratio at sea level. 1.82. This is enough. But that's not enough delta V. Okay, so the Mammoth doesn't come with with thingies, so it does look a bit weird. Look how big this stupid fairing is up here. I'll have aerodynamic problems, big ones. So we'll definitely start the lower stage with wings. Aeroplane main wing. Yeah, something like that. Just a bit weird, the swept wings. We don't want elevons. Structural wing type C, for example. What's your relative wing area is lower than the delta wings, so tail fins. Tail fins would be working fine. 4 tail fins, yeah. But I want the swept wings, which were the first big wings we had. Ah, they weren't steerable. Yeah, let's take the tail fins. They're steerable, yeah. Control surface portion is 100%, so this is what gives us the most control possible. We'll use 4 of them. Back here. So thrust is way more than enough, but we don't have enough delta V. So we'll just put side couplers on. Whoa, don't take the small ones. We're taking the big ones now. Because we're using big boosters here. Engines, I think we're using the Pollux. We have the Pollux. We have Clydesdale. Oh, that's a big one. The Clydesdale is even bigger than the other one? Wow. That's way overkill. Thoroughbred will also be already overkill. I think these 2 friends are enough. Oh, God. Wow. Did you see where I placed the second one? This is clipping. Yeah, this is not symmetric, so we can't use the hydraulic detachment manifolds. We take the one that come with distance. Yeah. And we'll put them a bit lower down here. Yeah. Pull up the entire rocket. Put on my aerodynamic cones. Where are you, my friends? These ones. These are the small ones, aren't they? I can't see because you don't allow me to place them. Ever. It's the ones that come with the black one, yeah. God damn it! Let me place you! There! Fucking there! Aha. Okay. You get autostrut to the heaviest part. You get autostrutted to the root part. You get autostrutted to the root part. You get autostrutted to the root part. You not. You get autostrutted to the root part, and you get autostrutted to the root part. So, we have... Oh, not like this. Like this. And you come in here. So that's 2,138 fuel. With what? Thrust weight ratio of 2.15. Let's pull you out of this again. This is not enough. Okay. Good to know. If that's not enough, we'll take 4. Which will allow us to start on these ones alone. If I'm allowed to take to click on the radio decoupler, how is this the Z4K rechargeable battery bank? Do you know where that is? It's here. I hate these things where it just doesn't fit with where I want to take it, where I want to place it. So these ones were supposed to be auto-strutted to the heaviest part. They are. They also get structures. These ones to the side. They'll be used also here. This stage will be lost. 2,450 delta V and another 1,500 with them. This might be alright, or I'll need to do asparagus staging. let's think about asparagus staging. So asparagus staging is the one that I showed you before, where you have like different stuff fall off at different times. So we'll use normal Rockomex 64s. Hopefully in a normal fashion, yes. Fuck you! And then I have to use the radio decouplers this way because they won't work normally. I just can't grab them from here. Ever. We'll need aerodynamic nose cones. It's the MK7. And we want engines. We could use the mainsails, but I think skippers will be enough. I'll see in a second. Wait, how much do the skippers have? 0.72 by them own. Still in vacuum. We need to look for sea level. 1.67. This will be enough to lift off. And then the 4. Yeah, but that's not how we are doing it. We are doing asparagus staging, so... For that we'll take the external fuel ducts. We'll not place them in a 4-fold fashion. Fuck you! Fuck you! Let me undo that! Ugh! Can't undo that, so I have to remove this one. And this one from symmetry. And we'll place these like this. Fuck you! No symmetry, please! No symmetry! Ah! Asshole! Okay, this is a thing that's not possible to do in KSP because KSP is bullshit. Radio decoupler, please. Single ones. I'm placing them in a single file now. Now it's not working to place them properly. Are you fucking kidding me? Why are you jumping? Why are you jumping around the perpendicular position? Man. Now I have to look at it with my eyes and see if it works, which is great. Fuck you, I want your fucking radial stuff. Ah, man. That thing that I'm aiming at. I want it. I want it. I want it. Different. We can place them in double symmetry. Not quadruple symmetry, asshole. Oh. This game is fucking kidding me sometimes. So, fuel ducts from these to these, from these to these. Asparagus staging. You can do single ones, that would be even faster, but that would make it unstable in an atmospheric planet. So when you have no atmosphere, you can do asparagus staging the way it's supposed to be. Which one's first? You first. The interesting thing, what I wanted to do there to like just remove some from symmetry and change them, it did already work with another rocket. I did this already, but nobody ever fucking cares. So we'll start with a 1.67 thrust weight ratio and 500 delta V, 1200 2,700, and then we're in space. Which says 15313843. That's enough, and we'll have some of our wolfhound left to get us to the right orbit. So now I don't really want to start with full throttle here, so I want to add some boosters. Just radial couplers down here, two times fold, and put not the Pollux, because the Pollux is actually burnt out before is burning out after this first stage of liquid fuel boosters. So we need the kickbacks. Kickback is giving us some extra speed on startup. It's the type A nose cone. Auto strutted to heaviest part. You also auto strutted to heaviest part. You also auto strutted to heaviest part. Okay. So this is the thing that will lift us off with a thrust weight ratio of not existent. So this tells us when we lose them, the first ones. Why is there no number here? That's weird. Normally there's to be a number here. But whatever, we have now a thrust weight ratio of 1.95. We won't need all of that, but I just want the little bit of extra delta V so that this mission works. So, staging. These go off, these go off. The liquid fuel boosters, the 4 skippers, the mammoth engine. Get rid of two solid fuel boosters, 2 liquid fuel boosters, 2 more liquid fuel boosters. And then we're changing to the wolfhound. In that time we will be in space, so we'll be able to get rid of the fairing, and at some point we'll change to all nuclear engines, which have a thrust weight ratio of 0.5. That's quite alright. That's better than the wolfhound. Why am I using the wolfhound then? Whatever, it's a new engine that I wanted to use, and that's why I'm using it. This is a weird structure, and I don't trust weird structures, so we'll actually get extra struts. We'll get those extra struts, 4 of them. 4 of them, not 2. Oh, sometimes this game, man. From there to there. Which is working great. Do you see the attachment points of these adapters are actually in the tanks? These adapters are bullshit. I hope that they don't bug too much. But I wanted the extra struts to be safe here. Okay, that's safe. Let's talk about crew. Who will we take with us? And it's saying to me, take the OG crew. Yeah, we can take the OG crew, no problem. I mean, for scientific stuff, we can always just take an EVA report and a surface sample. Yeah, this is okay. The Eve is ready to start. And this start is what you're gonna see next episode. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.